Hi, this is Jared, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And don't forget to check out the description in this video if you're interested in supporting my channel, checking out bonus free selections, or purchasing my full card analysis from Southern California. Now I'm going to be doing my annual full cards, Triple Crown full cards from Churchill Downs, Pimlico, and Belmont for Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Stakes Day this spring. And you can find those at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. Extensive analysis will be in those full cards for all the Triple Crown runners, wagers for all the Triple Crown day races from each track, including double, pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, pick 6 tickets, trifectas, superfectas, and so much more. In the last 22 Triple Crown races, I've given out 9 winning trifectas, 5 winning superfectas that have paid well into the thousands. So if you're interested in those, check those out at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. Until I see you next time, good luck at the races. This is Jarrod Horak for therunawayhorse.com. Welcome to my latest Kentucky Derby 2022 points race video. And in my video series, I've covered 33 Derby preps. My top choices have 11 wins, 10 seconds, and a third place finish. Last week, I had 2 runner-up finishes from the 3 Derby points races. And then I did get a Kentucky Oaks top choice winner home on the road to the Oaks. That was Kathleen O, looking good in the Gulfstream Park Oaks at Gulfstream Park. Rallying from off the pace, and she looks like she could be a solid win contender for the Kentucky Oaks if the pace heats up. So in this video, I'm going to cover the Morello and the Gazelle. My next video, I'll cover the Ashland and the Bluegrass Stakes from Keeneland. And then in my final Oaks Derby points race video this week, I'll cover the Santa Anita Oaks, the Santa Anita Derby. If you're interested in my full card analysis from Santa Anita Park, head on over to therunawayhorse.com. You will find those full cards on my sales page. Each day Santa Anita runs, including Santa Anita Derby Day, 12 races scheduled. I'm going to have wagering strategies for all those races, including pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, pick 6 tickets, and bonus stakes races from around the country, including in that full card for Saturday, April 9th from Santa Anita Park, Santa Anita Derby Day. Now let's jump into the analysis of this video. I'm going to start with the Wood Memorial. It's going to be the 8th race at Aqueduct on Saturday, April 9th. And it's going to be the Grade 2 $750,000 Wood Memorial. 3-year-olds, 1.1 1/8 on the main track. Scheduled post time, 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Mo Donegal is number 1. And he will probably be rallying from off the pace from that inside post. Saving ground, and probably will get some pace to chase. Ran well in all of his starts. Just ran out of ground in his debut at 6.5 furlongs. Stretched out to 1 1/16 at Belmont second time out. Rallied for the win, stalking the pace. Pace was slow in the Remsen. He stalked that pace. He outfinished Zandon, and he was. Those two were well clear of the rest of the field. They ran a quality race, both of those horses that day. Then Mo Donegal resurfaced in the Grade 3 Holy Bull, February 5th. In that race, he stalked the pace in the 9-horse field, and he ended up finishing 3rd, just missing 2nd. Now, the winner there, White Abarrio, came back and won the Florida Derby. Simplification was the runner-up. He came back and he won the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Mo Donegal was entered in the Fountain of Youth Stakes, but he drew an outer post. He had a slight fever. They scratched him. They pointed to this race instead. He has a couple bullet workouts for this. He should run well. Number 2, Golden Code. This one is 15-1 morning line for Todd Pletcher. Ran okay in all 3 starts. This one's a New York bred. Broke his maiden against State Bred Company by 10 lengths in the mud. Then in the Gotham Stakes last time, he just did get 3rd. And that was a 10-horse field. He was stalking the pace. So now he stretches out in distance. 3rd start after a layoff. He'll probably be forwardly placed. Speaking of horses forwardly placed, number 3, early voting. 5-2 on the line. Dueled on the lead in the debut and won nicely by 1.5 lengths. That was at 1 mile, around 1 turn at Aqueduct late last year. The Grade 3 Withers Stakes was my top choice in the Withers. That day was just able to just run them off their feet. It was 1.1 1/8 in the mud. Just got out there, controlled the pace, was never in doubt of losing that race. Won by more than 4 lengths. Un Ojo was second. That one came back and won the Rebel Stakes. So early voting is going to be showing speed in here. Very lightly raced for Chad Brown. They paid $200,000 for this son of gun runner. Just look for him to get out there and be part of the pace. Number 4, Long Term, should also be part of the pace. Last time out, he set the pace, actually set the pace in his last couple starts, and he finished second in both of those. And going back to his first 2 starts, was second in those races. So he's had 4 starts with 4 runner-up finishes. So he's still a maiden for Todd Pletcher, taking blinkers off. This one is a son of Curlin. Very classy pedigree, should be able to handle the added ground. Has already gone a mile and an eighth, actually, second time out, and was up on the pace that day. So look for this one to attend the pace. But this is a tough spot for a maiden. Morello, 8-5 morning line for trainer Steve Asmussen. Hasn't done anything wrong. 3 for 3, stalked the pace, won easily in the 6 furlong debut. Did the same thing in the Jimmy Winkfield Stakes at 7 furlongs on a good track. Did the same thing in the Gotham Stakes, a grade 3 by more than 4 lengths last time out from an outer post. So Morello just likes to get up there, track the pace, and he's been able to pull away each time. Now, this time he's going to face much better company. There wasn't much behind him in the Gotham or the Jimmy Winkfield. In this race, he's going to meet some quality runners like early voting in the early going, and that one's just not going to give it up right away. So Morello, a contender, speed figures are improving, but he's still got to prove himself against better company around 2 turns, and he probably won't offer much value. Skippylongstocking, the 6, 15-1 morning line, 2 for 8 with a second and a third. One of those wins at a mile and an eighth last time out against Optional Claiming Company at Gulfstream. Got some pace to chase, rallied from off the pace, won nicely. Should get pace again, loses Lasix in here, and we'll see if he can run the same kind of race. He did break his maiden without Lasix by 10 lengths, so it doesn't seem like he needs that medication. Number 7, AP Secret, 20-1 morning line. Last time out in the Fountain of Youth, he stalked the pace. He ended up weakening that day. He's another one that could get involved early in here. There's multiple horses that like to show early pressing speed, and he's certainly one of them. He ran well in his first 3 starts prior to the Fountain of Youth. Still has to prove himself against Stakes Company, and in this race, as I said, he doesn't have a pace advantage either. There's some decent pace rivals in this race. Barese is number 8. This one's a New York bred. Similar record to Morello, 3 for 3. Won pretty easily all 3 times. Rallied in the debut at 5 furlongs. Just about ran out of ground there, but just had enough ground and got up late. And then stretched out to 6.5 furlongs in a stakes race, a New York bred stakes race, second time out. Won that one from off the pace by a little less than 3 lengths. And then last time out in the Gander Stakes, didn't look like he was going to get there. He was stalking wide. It looked like Bold Journey was gone. That was the big favorite in that race. In mid-stretch, it looked like no way Barese is going to be able to get up. But late surge did get past Bold Journey there, and those top 2 were well clear of the rest. So that was nice late energy there. This New York bred has some talent. Don't quite know how good he is, though. We're going to find out in this spot. So now we'll give out our top 4. And my live long shot, number 8, Barese. I liked that effort last time out. Nothing wrong with this one. 3 for 3. And if you look at, like I said, look at the record of Morello, same thing, improving speed figures. But this one has faced New York bred company, has to jump into open company. But it's going to be 5 times the price of Morello at least. Morello will be my 3rd choice in here. He's done nothing wrong, but I still think he's got to prove himself against better company around 2 turns, and he's not going to offer a ton of value. Early voting was my top choice last time. I like him again, but I think this time he's not going to be able to get loose. He'll probably run well anyway, but he's just not going to be able to shake loose. At least it doesn't look that way on paper. We'll see how it plays out. Jose Ortiz rode the first 2 times and rides right back. I think the class of the field here is Mo Donegal, and I think he's probably going to be tough to beat. Should save ground. He's not a big one-run closer. He can stay within hailing distance. I think that's what he's going to do. Save ground behind the speed. Should get pace to chase. He comes out of the best race. He was in one of the better 2-year-old races as well, the Remsen. So I just think he has a class edge here. And I think he's going to run these horses down. He wants every bit of this mile and an eighth distance. And the distance is a question for some of the other horses in this race, including your morning line favorite Morello. But the distance is not a question for Mo Donegal. So Mo Donegal from off the pace to get the job done in the Wood Memorial. Now we'll do the Gazelle. It's the 10th race at Aqueduct, and it's a Kentucky Oaks points race. And in the Gazelle, it's a grade 3, $250,000 race. And they're also going a mile and an eighth This one's for 3-year-old fillies, and the post time is scheduled for 5:55 p.m. Eastern time. Let's roll through my top contenders in here. Morning Matcha is my 4th choice. 9 for 9 in the top 3 in her career, and she likes 2 turns, but all her wins were at parks. She's one that needs to prove that she can win away from parks, but she's run well away from that venue. She just hasn't won. She should save ground behind the speed in here. So Morning Matcha as my live long shot will be my 4th choice. My 3rd choice in this race, I'm going to make a Venti Valentine, the big favorite in here. Venti Valentine, she hasn't really done much wrong. She's run 4 times, 3 wins, and she was second by a neck in the Demoiselle. Now her 3 wins were around 1 turn. The Demoiselle was her 2-turn race, and she was second by a neck there. That was a productive race. Nest, Venti Valentine, and Magic Circle, your top 3, all came back, and they were next out stakes winners. Venti Valentine stakes win was in the Busher Stakes last time. Ran off the screen in that race at a 1-turn mile at Aqueduct. So she's certainly a contender in here. Would not be surprised if she ran well. One horse that has a good pedigree that also ran in the Demoiselle is number 3, Nostalgic. She's my 2nd choice. She has run on the main track around a route of ground 3 times with 2 romping wins. Her career debut, she romped last time out against Optional Claiming Company. She romped at Gulfstream Park. And then the Demoiselle, she was 4th. And as I mentioned, the top 3 were next out stakes winners. So Nostalgic has a good pedigree for Bill Mott. Jose Ortiz rides her well. He does good work with this barn. She has at least enough speed to sit in mid-pack and try to wear down the leaders using stamina. But I'm going to go for my top choice, number 6, Classy Edition for trainer Todd Pletcher. So I went with the Pletcher trainee and the Little Morello. I'm going to go with his horse in this race as well. I think she looks live in here, number 6, Classy Edition, as my top choice. She just cruised against New York Bred Company in her first 3 starts last year. 2 of those were state bred stakes races. And she just sat within striking range, pounced, and pulled well clear in all those races. Her first start this year, the Grade 2 Devona Dale, she hooked Kathleen O. Kathleen O is undefeated for Shug McGahee. She is a solid Kentucky Oaks win contender. And Classy Edition was not embarrassed, finishing a couple lengths behind her in a clear runner-up finish in that Devona Dale. That was a 1-turn mile. Now she stretches out in distance. She has a classy pedigree and enough of a pedigree to suggest that she could get this 1 1/8 distance. They paid $550,000 for her. I like her tactical speed. I think she can move forward second after the layoff. She faced a rival better than probably any of the others have faced in here. And I think the Classy Edition is going to move forward second after the layoff and win the Gazelle. So that will wrap up this video. I'm going to be back. As I said, I'm going to do the Ashland and the Bluegrass, and then I will do the Santa Anita Oaks and the Santa Anita Derby. Until I see you next time, good luck at the races.